There was a moment where Corrie and her sister Betsie were in these ridiculously awful conditions in this concentration camp, and Betsie refused to let the horrors of that moment have the final say. And she challenged her sister, man, we've got to access the gifts, the present, the gifts, the beautiful things that God wants to do. We've got to access that, and the way that we do that is we start praying. And so she started praying and inviting the Spirit of God to do something in there. And as they were praying, she starts listing off all these things to be grateful for. God, thanks that we're together. Thank you that we're still alive. Thank you that we can see you at work and some of the women that are in the barracks right now. And then she goes on to say this, and this is the moment that almost broke Corrie, okay? She goes, and God, thank you for the fleas. See, the beds that they were on were infested with fleas. And it was a horrific thing. And Corrie's like, time out. I know we can thank God for a lot of things, but fleas? Really? Now, the crazy thing was, days later, Corrie would echo the same prayer and say, God, thank you for the fleas, because this is what God did. In the overcrowded and infested with fleas bunks that they were in, they were seeing the hand of God move in the women in those quarters. They were holding these secret Bible studies, and they were leading hundreds of women to faith in Jesus Christ. And though some of them were dying, they were dying with this hope that they were going to live forever and ever because they're connected with Jesus Christ. Like hope and lives were changing in there that never would have happened apart from the fleas, because here's why. There was not a moment where any of the guards would ever step foot in those barracks because they didn't want to catch the fleas. It was so bad that nobody interrupted their meetings, their secret Bible studies. And Corrie realized, wow, we can even be grateful for the fleas. Guys, how grateful are you? In this Christmas season, no matter what you're going through, have you sat long enough to sit in the gratitude of what God is doing in your life?